name is Carrabis. I went to Saugus High School. I am a blogger slash podcaster. I started my blog when I was 16. I was a junior in high school. Kind of like worked a side deal where some guy built me a website, so I had my own blog. And then at the New England Sports Blog Awards in 2011, I won Best Overall New England Sports Blog. When I started on MySpace, it was like a fan page, and then other people started copying me with fan pages. When you start something like that, you're passionate about it and you are good at it, and you become addicted to like growing an audience. Like even now, like I've been doing this for like 15 years. I'm happy that I got my degree and like I have that in my back pocket and everything. But when I first started, it was just completely different, and I needed that time to like hone my craft and like gain confidence in myself and my ability to be able to do it. And when I was in high school, I mean, hand up, I wasn't the best student. And it's because I didn't care. I think it was mostly because like I identified what I wanted to do, and I had this like me against the world attitude where I was like, there's nothing that you can teach me that I don't already know. And like I had, it's not the best attitude, but yeah, I didn't waste my time with things that I didn't think could get me to the next level of what I wanted to do. You need to find the thing that you're good at that could also lead to being able to support a family and yourself. And I found that. I was lucky that I found it early. So I went to school for business. College was my fallback plan because I was like, I'm going to go full board to pursue like this writing career or like career in media. But it was the same attitude that I had in high school where I was like, there's nothing that a college professor could teach me about writing that I don't already know, or like I already had my voice developed by then, and I didn't think that a college class could help me get better at that. And so I went to school because I didn't have a job in writing. My career was not yet carved out on that vertical. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do the fallback plan route. I'm gonna go study business, and maybe like I'll get a desk job, like something. I wanted to do something where it's like, this isn't gonna kill me to do this job, and I don't have to give up my dream of being in media. So that was what I did. I went to Endicott, got my business degree, got a job at an SEO firm, and luckily my boss was a huge Red Sox fan. He was totally cool, but it was just like, as long as everything gets done, I don't care if you're still doing this on the side. So yeah, I kind of lucked out in that regard. I was in college for 7 years, but I did it at my own pace. I got so lucky meeting people that knew that this is what I wanted to do, and they supported it later down the line. I mean, you wake up at, call it 9, start working at 10, you're recording podcasts in the morning, you're blogging, and then you've got to make videos. Like, you know, I have the 6 TVs here because you're covering the whole league. You can't just watch the games and then find something that's interesting and then write about that. It's like you got to be following everything like up to the second, because if you're tweeting highlights, you're getting followers. Well, what are followers? Followers are potential podcast listeners. Those are potential blog readers. You have to be good at like all forms of those content. And so, I mean, like the games will start at 7. You watch the East Coast games, and then the Central games start at 8, and then the West Coast games will start at 10. And you're watching baseball from 7 to probably like 1:30, sometimes 2 a.m. And then after the games are over, then I'm up here with my ring light and I'm making videos that'll go out the next morning. But you're blogging and tweeting, you're live tweeting and you're blogging the different stories during that 7 to whatever hour window. So yeah, it's a lot. And then you wake up and you do it all over again. Then you do your podcast in the morning, and it's very time consuming, and you know, I think it's a lot of sacrifices have to be made if you're going to be great at it. Once the games start, it's every single night. It's 162 games from the beginning of April through November, because you're talking about the postseason, and it's every single day. And it's weekends, it's nights, it's days. Like there's days where it's like, all right, the games start at 1 o'clock today, and then they go through, 2 o'clock in the morning. So my advice would be to just like go out and do it yourself. Like, I know that a lot of people are like, okay, I wanna be like a writer, or I wanna be a podcaster, or I wanna like be on TV or something like that. Don't like if you want to go through the steps of journalism school, great. Like I'm sure that you can become more polished that way. But the internet is a free-for-all in terms of opportunity. Like, start a podcast today. It doesn't matter if there's nobody listening. You're getting better just by doing it on a regular basis. Get comfortable in front of a camera. Like, start your own YouTube channel. Like, I started a YouTube channel in 2010 or 11, and I think they got like a couple hundred views each, but it's like, all right, when I'm getting comfortable on camera, like I still am like an introvert, socially awkward, like social anxiety like you wouldn't believe, but I got comfortable in front of a camera by doing that. And just writing, it's like, okay, so no one's reading my blog, so what? Like, you're getting better at writing by doing it repetitively. Like, if you're dreaming of a 9-to-5 desk job, then like, sure, like that's very attainable. But if your career goal is something that's very difficult to achieve, it doesn't really matter if other people believe you can do that or not. If you're funny, if you're interesting, if you've got like an interesting writing voice, or you're good on camera, or you can do a podcast, like there's no expiration date on like a dream job. So I mean, if you're kind of stuck in a job that maybe you're not super passionate about, if you want it bad enough, you can carve out the time to do what you want to do as kind of a side project, and then if that grows, then bam, now it's your career. Now you're doing that full time, and you can get rid of the job that you don't necessarily want to do. Kids now, like there's never been an easier time to make a name for yourself. Like, you go viral once, and next thing you know, you've got a career. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.